Hey guys, it's Scarburst55.
Today we're going to be talking about a touchy subject.
So just a warning ahead of time. This may be talking about graphic stuff. So, yeah. And you may be sad. Hopefully you're not going to be happy.
So you're probably asking yourself, okay, we'll get to the point. What are we going to be talking about? Well, calm your horses because I'm getting there. We're going to be talking about cutting and self-harm. Okay, when many people hear the word self-harm, they think cutting, which yes, cutting is a type of self-harm, but there is eating disorders. That is the self-harm whenever you starve yourself, whenever you're puking on purpose, punching yourself, pulling out your hair. There's all different types of self-harm. But yes, cutting is the most common. People cut for reasons that need healing. They think that cutting solves their problems. And I know these things because I went through this myself, and I was a cutter for 2 years. I mean, it's a mental addiction. It really is. And it leaves permanent markings. I mean, they leave scars, and scars may, if you get lucky, fade. But emotional scars, they stay. I mean, they're not something it's not something you forget. I will never forget how it felt to be depressed. I will never forget the nights that I laid in bed all night crying and crying and crying. I will never forget the blade. I will never forget all the events. I will never forget all the hospitals. Self-harm, it gets you nowhere. There is hope. There is hope. It may take a long time. It may take 2 years. It may take 1 year. It may take a month. It may take a talk. It doesn't have to be professional help, but that's what I would recommend for sure. Whenever you go to a hospital and you get out and you may say, well, I'm still depressed. They don't work. I know how you feel. I've been in and out of a mental hospital 6 times. And to be honest, the last time I went, I'm not for sure if it fully helped. No, I don't cut anymore. Have I cut since I got out the last time? Yes. Have I thought about suicide since the last time? Yes. Not for a while though. I mean, yeah, I have my episodes of depression, but that might not be able to be fully cured. I'm bipolar. I may be like this all my life, but I'm learning to deal with it. But cutting is not one of my ways. That's not on my coping list. That's not on my things to do. My things to do list does not have to do with, hey, I'm gonna go cut myself. I'm gonna leave permanent scars. When I grow up and I have children, I want them to ask me, hey, mommy, what's that on your wrist? When I got scars all up and down my arm. Is that what you want? If you are a self-harmer, why? Why do you have to do that? I remember the first time I got called selfish. I was in the hospital for suicide attempt. I believe it was number 3. There was more than that. There was about 6 or 7. I hated that person for about a week for saying I was selfish. But you know what? That whole week of hell I went through, that's what it took me. I realized this is stupid, this is selfish. I was trying to end my life, I wasn't thinking about my parents. I wasn't thinking about my family. I wasn't thinking about my friends. I wasn't thinking about my community. Why would you end your life and hurt everyone else's? And if you think my parents hate me, they tell me to hurt myself, they tell me to kill myself, there's help. I see people on the news who commit suicide. It hurts me. I don't even know. I don't. I had a stranger come up. She was in my grade. I never talked to her before. She came up and told me that she had been cutting herself. And she came to me because she knew what I went through. And I'm thankful that she talked to me about that. She got help afterwards. But that night she was going to kill herself. Guys, cutting, it's not something to cool. It's not something to brag about. When people say people are fakers, they just want attention, no. I told people when I cutted. They didn't tell an adult. I really wanted them to, but they didn't. Deep inside, I was wanting them to tell. I was wanting help, but I denied it. I would never have admitted it before. So please, guys, please get help. It might be hard. Probably, most likely. But there is hope. Please don't give up. I hope my story inspired you guys, and I'll be making more videos here soon. And please take this video seriously, as well as self-harm, and do not joke about it. Spread the word. Deuces.